In this video, I'm going to explain why going harder in the gym isn't actually doing you any favors. You think more sweat equals more muscle, bigger arms, and more fat burn? You're wrong. You're just digging a recovery hole that your 40-year-old hormones can't climb out. And you're going to want to stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a freebie that will help you out. I've been a coach for 18 years, and the one thing I notice all the time is the skinny fat guys in the gym who never seem to lose that layer of belly fat or get any bigger. They've been going to the gym for years and they literally look the same. When you ask them about their day, they all have 6 coffees, are knackered by 2 p.m. and beat themselves up about why they can't get a decent nick. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why and what to do instead. Let's start at the start of the day. You're up at 5:30 to 6 a.m. You grab a coffee, leave the house. You grab another coffee on the way into work, and you probably have another one in the morning and then one in the afternoon when you start to feel knackered. With food, you're skipping breakfast, probably getting something where you pret as you get a third coffee for the day, then get a meal deal at lunch, starve in the afternoon or eat the Krispy Kremes because it's somebody's birthday, and then have dinner with your family, not having a real idea of what you need to be eating. Weekends, it's out the house early, dropping the kids to clubs. You do manage to get to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, train hard, and you can't understand why you're not changing. Sleeps 5 to 6 hours, going to bed late, waking up early because you have to for work, so that melds into the weekend as well. And you're constantly surviving on caffeine. Food prep isn't really an option as you're so busy. Then you have the bills and the work stress and the family life stress. So you're basically running on empty. Yeah, in danger of sounding like David Brent or Alan Partridge, there is a good analogy for it. I can't remember who did it, so I can't give them credit, but just know it was somebody else, it wasn't me. Basically, if you've got a cup and it's half full with stress, bang there, and you keep layering on stress, before long it's all going to fizzle out. You're going to go fucking mental, and yeah, you're just going to have to find ways of coping with it. Because with that stress, you're never going to lose the layer of body fat. Your central nervous system is basically your body control center. It regulates heart rate, it regulates muscle movement, even how you process information. And it's taken a battering from work, family, having too much caffeine, training too hard, poor sleep. This is why you feel tired the whole time. From a gym perspective, you'll feel weaker, your lifts will drop, you can't push properly, muscles will grow slower, and you'll be reaching for snacks and quick, easy fixes for meals. Those are some of the reasons why the stress and the CNS means that we've still got that layer of body fat. There's probably a ton more that we don't know of. Your body's basically going, shit, let's keep this fat just in case we need it. With all that doom and gloom that I've just said, you'll probably be well within your rights to fuck the gym off and stay the way you are. But this is what you can do to fix it, and it won't break the bank. Actually do less in the gym. Instead of doing your 5 and 6 days, train 3 to 4 times a week, not the 6 sessions, balls to the floor, half-hour sessions because you can't lift anymore. Don't train to failure. Try and get a prescribed rep range in, so 10 to 12 reps, and try and increase the weight each week. But rest as well, okay? You rest 2 to 3 minutes for compounds, 1 minute 30 for any isolation. So compound is multiple muscles that you're using. The most important thing is going to be try and get 7 to 8 hours sleep minimum. So it's probably going to be a case of binning off the Netflix at night, maybe watch 1 episode and then go to bed because you've still got to wake up at 6 a.m. for work anyway. So if you go to bed at 10, you're having a decent amount of sleep. Try and cut the caffeine out after 2 p.m. I know you're going to say, fuck me, yeah, but I'm so knackered during the day. Give it a couple of days. You might feel knackered to start off with, but then after that, you'll get used to it. And you'll probably find you're drinking less caffeine anyway, which will also help you sleep because caffeine has a half-life of about 7 to 8 hours. So if you have a coffee at 2, it's still half in your system at 10 p.m. at night. And if you're like adding in 4 or 5 coffees, it will keep topping up. In terms of food, try and eat enough protein. So that's like 1.5 grams per kg to 2.2 grams per kg of body weight. So for instance, if you weigh 50 kg and do it by 2, it would be 100 grams of protein. I know you probably don't weigh that, but that was the easiest thing I can do on the fly. And the reason for this is it allows protein synthesis, which is basically keep rebuilding, breaking down a muscle, and allowing like the rebuilding process, just so you consistently have protein in your body that you can rebuild with. Okay, that's going to stop you for the little snacking. Don't crash diet as well. That's going to tank your testosterone. Your body's not going to know where it is. You're basically looking to keep the levels as smooth as possible instead of consistently going up and down like that. When you're in the gym as well, get a notepad, note down what you're doing because progressively lifting heavier and trying to get more reps out each week is going to help from this factor as well because you're obviously going to build more muscle, you're going to use that protein to get it, your testosterone will naturally boost and it should cut away some of the skinny fat. Get outside, go for a walk, stick a podcast on, you know the offensive one you can't listen to in the office. Me, I go for Film versus History. And I could not imagine putting that on in an office. The reason for this is you've got something called your circadian rhythm, which regulates your sleep routine through the day when you're awake and when you sleep. And in the morning, you basically want to get outside because it will help regulate those hormones, okay? I only go for a 10-minute walk, so it might even be a case of when you get off the tube, try and get off the tube, stop early. I know it's not what you want to be doing first thing in the morning, but hey ho, podcasting, try and avoid people if you're walking in London because people are a pain in the arse and will just stop on their phone. While we're on the subject of getting outside, aim to walk between 8 and 10k steps a day. or find out what currently you are working, because in the office, I did an office job for a little bit and I was only getting 3,000 steps. Try and add another 2,000 steps on that. That'll help you. That'll even help just from a mental well-being aspect. Try and keep your phone in a room 30 minutes before bed, because the blue light affects your sleep. I know that one's hard. I still use my phone at night time, but if I'm sat down watching TV with the missus, I'll put it outside while it's charging. Then it'll go next to me with my alarm on. One of the main things you can do is don't stack stress. Okay, so don't put a hard workout on a day when you've had no sleep, you're in a calorie deficit, and you've got a busy day at work where there's meetings. There is some studies that show that if you don't get no sleep, you can do a hard workout within the first hour and it will set up the rest of the day. That's probably a way to go, but I wouldn't combine that with a calorie deficit or work pressure. And the reason this all works is because at the minute you're just eating reactively, your meal deals, your convenience, your snacks. So it's going to come down to just planning a little bit better. And when you're tired, you are more likely to reach for those things. So the stress, the tiredness, and everything is leading to that belly fat. And you combine that with not having enough protein, then that's why we can't get rid of the layer. So even though I know you can't plan your meals, you've got to eat what the family eats at night time, what you can do is plan your meal slightly, in that the first thing that goes on your plate, you want to try and get a protein source. So first thing in the morning, if you're going to prep and you're in there and there's a toss up between all the sandwiches or eggs, go for the eggs. Just you want that first thing, the protein. Try and stick obviously more to whole foods. If you eat more protein, it's going to make you less likely to reach for the snacks as well when you're knackered, because you're going to be full up. And just try and keep it simple. Same breakfast, lunch is the same most days, because you're probably going to have a different meal with your family every night, because they're not fucking robots. Then I would also start tracking your calories as well. If you're eating better, like more nutritionally beneficial food, you're training sensibly, you're going to sleep better, which means your recovery is going to be better, which means the stress is going to come down. And the main thing it actually all comes down to is, at the minute you've got inconsistent habits. It's developing habits that will actually work for you and you can fit around your life. There's no point in doing them and planning them out perfectly if they can't fit around your life. Once the habits are in place and you've got a bit of structure, you'll start to lose the belly fat and build a decent bit of muscle. Cheers for sticking around. Right, I promise you a freebie. If you click the link in the description, I'll take all the fault out of your training. I'll send you everything you need to get you dropping the belly fat quickly whilst building a decent set of arms. If you found this video useful and stuck around to the end, I'd really appreciate it if you can click the subscribe button, because my kids could do with a hot meal this week.